things going on here. Obviously, the jury has said they're at an impasse, can't come to an agreement. And before an Allen charge is read, that dynamite charge, the court wants to know, have you made any determinations in terms of unanimous verdicts on any of the counts? That now the court is waiting for a response there. And then the other issue is this 72-year-old woman who was on the jury is just finding it too physically and mentally taxing. She said she lost her husband and had a horrible weekend and would like to be considered for dismissal. Let's bring in Michael Jaafar. He is a criminal defense attorney and former public defender in Dearborn, Michigan. And Michael, this is a couple things the court has to, iron out here. What do you do? Let's start with the juror. What do you think should be done with this woman who is obviously having a very difficult time?
This is why you have alternates, because this is going to happen with jurors. People don't understand that jurors are human beings like the rest of us, but they're also dealing with something that the rest of us are not dealing with. I'm sure everybody watching this has done jury duty, and very few of us have been selected for jury duty. I've attended jury duty multiple times. I've never been selected. But when you're selected for jury duty, I've seen people who are selected for jury duty and what they go through. If they're not physically healthy, mentally, physically, it's a challenge. And so the court right now at this point, they have alternates for a reason. In a case of this magnitude, the alternates are going to be relied on heavily. So the court is probably going to have no choice but to dismiss her.
All right, Michael, let's go back in court. It sounds like the judge has received an answer from the jury. Let's watch.
So the response to Court's Exhibit 12 is as follows. We are voting again and will report back once complete. And we will await a response from the jury.
Your Honor,
hold on. Yes.
The foreperson indicated to me that they're continuing to discuss, and it'll probably be after lunch before they come back with their vote.
Okay. All right. So we'll be in recess until further question or a verdict. Mr. Ford is back with the deputies.
Okay, there you have it. The bailiff chiming in there saying that the foreperson wants the court to know that it might be until after lunch Eastern time before they do a re-vote. So jury's still working. And as for the 72-year-old juror who is having difficulty, she remains on the jury, at least for now. Michael Jaafar, your thoughts of the what's going on back there? Obviously, they sent the note saying, we don't think there's any way we can come to a unanimous verdict. Then when asked, well, what have you accomplished? Are you unanimous on any of the charges? They want some more time.
So most people don't even know what an Allen charge is. It's actually banned in some states. This is from a case that's over 100 years old by the United States Supreme Court. It's essentially a very polite way of jury intimidation and coercion. People don't understand that in our system, we still have something called an Allen charge. Other people call it a dynamite charge, where if a jury cannot reach a unanimous conclusion and you have a hung jury, some states and some courts still allow the judge to tell them, I think you're wrong. I think the people in the minority should reconsider. Meaning, for example, if you have 12 jurors and let's just say 10 of them are voting in favor of conviction and 2 are voting in favor of acquittal. The Allen charge means the judge is telling the 2 people that want acquittal to reconsider and to probably vote in favor with the majority. It sounds diabolical, but that's actually what it means. In our system, some states still do that. Can you imagine if you're this defendant at this point and now you had the taste of a hung jury in your mouth, and then they come back after lunch and they say, now we vote for, we're tired, we're exhausted, we're just going to send you to jail so this can be over. That is just completely diabolical.
If indeed that's where they are headed, there's, to be fair, in this case, she hasn't read the Allen charge to them. She just sent back that note. Have you come to any conclusions? And from there, they went on. And part of the Allen charge is also to take a moment and look at it from the other perspective, and every state has a different version of it, as you said, and a lot of them don't have it anymore. We'll see what happens here. So now, if you're an attorney, what goes through your mind? I mean, we have seen in this case some very passionate arguments made by both sides. Lawrence Lewis for the defense here was very passionate in his open and his close. What's it like at this time? What do you tell your client? You know, this is a young man who, I'm sure, to your point, his head is spinning. Take us inside, if you will, that world in a moment like this.
Being a criminal defense attorney, in my opinion, is one of the most difficult jobs in our country and one of the most important jobs, right? You see the passion and the emotion that goes into it. His attorney did a phenomenal job, right, throughout this entire case. It's a very, very difficult case. Whenever I talk to people about the life of a criminal defense attorney, I always liken it back to the example of John Adams when he defended the British soldiers that assassinated revolutionary protesters, right? He was the most reviled man in the country, and he didn't even agree with his own clients. He didn't like what his clients did, and he knew that it would destroy his reputation, but he did it anyway because he believed in the system of justice. And he said, our country, if we are ever going to become a country, we have to defend the accused vigorously, even if we disagree with them. So I'm not saying his attorneys disagreed with him, but you saw the passion by this attorney. No matter what happens with this case, that attorney is not going to walk away from this case unscathed. He's going to be traumatized for the rest of his life, and this is what he signed up for. So and just to see the case culminate like this is as close of a call as you can get, you know, if you're a criminal defense attorney. And so I see nothing but raw emotion in that man's face, and his client looks like he's handling it better than the attorney.
Yeah, it's very difficult. You can only imagine for both of them. And all sides considered, the victim's family as well. This has been a long, difficult road. We're going to get a break in here. The jury continues now to deliberate.